Now, Mike Hoggard, just like many other quote-unquote theologians and Bible scholars out there, is of course opposed to the enclosed flat earth model. What amazing piece of evidence does he present for his reason for not believing? Check this out.
Swaddling band. Let's see here. How can I do this? Okay. Here is my swaddling clothes. Okay. I hope there's not dried mucus in here. Okay. Here's my swaddling clothes. God specifically said that clouds were the swaddling band of the earth. Okay. Here's our little new baby rolling. Call that baby rolling. Okay. And all the girls here, and Sweetie Pie and Courtney, they take that baby and they wrap him. Just like that. Okay? He's swaddled now. Swaddling, I don't care what language you're from, I don't care what country you're from, I don't care what tongue you speak. Swaddling never means just cover the top of it. Doesn't mean that. I don't have a ball. Here's my ball. Swaddling means to wrap around it. That's what it means. And God specifically said that he swaddled the earth with a swaddling band of clouds. It goes around it, not just lay it on top of it. It doesn't exist. And I have lots more biblical reasons why. You will never convince me.
Well, sorry, we're not too convinced with your biblical reasons either, Mike. Now, regarding the thick darkness Job was talking about, could it be that it is simply the outer darkness that Yeshua referred to in these scriptures that you see here? And if that's the case, and if the flat enclosed world model is true, then it is the darkness that is swaddled around the dome. And that may be very well depicted, actually, in the movie The Truman Show. If you guys haven't seen it already, you might want to go to my website, testingtheglobe.com, and in the main menu, under One Man's Quest for Truth, you'll see a link for The Truman Show, and I did a whole blog on that. You might find interesting. But here's the punchline of the blog that I wrote on that.
The end of the movie shows Truman turning his back on the way everlasting, choosing instead the darkness. So the movie actually has a sad ending, not a good one. Remember the question posed by Lauren Sylvia's Button? How's it going to end? Well, sadly, in the end, Truman chooses to step out of that loving and protected environment into what is literally depicted as outer darkness outside the dome. I mean, look at that. Total blackness on the other side of this brightly lit, colorful, nice, sunny day. Overall, it is a great movie, but with a wrong conclusion concerning Truman's choosing to leave the careful love and protection of Christ, in favor of stepping out of the brightly lit realm into a door of total blackness, turning his back on his creator. Of course, in a real-world scenario, it makes sense that we would want to see Truman set free from his captivity, but that's the real trick of the movie, isn't it? Especially if it is true that we are in an enclosed world ourselves. The movie generates sympathy for the devil and his perspective while attempting to paint Yahuwah as the bad guy, keeping us all locked up in a cage of sorts. Yet, the creator is never really depicted that way in the movie. In fact, the filmmakers actually go out of their way to show just how much Christoph really does love and care for Truman. This is brilliant, thought-provoking filmmaking at its best, in my opinion. Both sides of the story are fairly well presented, with the true man caught in the middle. But when you realize you are cheering for the wrong conclusion, it really gives you pause to think.